Very supportive management teams around the both of them, and also very supportive families, by the way. At the last ATA competition that CEASER won, a very special guest. His mother was at the venue watching. She was watching the game, but seemingly not bothering so much. Maybe she was so confident in her son. Maybe she didn't understand the sport so much as I would have fancied. But the fact that a parent can come in to support a child in a sport is so encouraging. CEASER 16, IBRA. Support CEASER in particular will need to support his hustle by buying his chalk. Good enough for players, competitive players, as well as casual players, and as well as fans. And for as low as in Zimbabwe we call it $1 for 3, $1 for 4, $1 for 5 pieces of chalk. You will get at all those prices, as well as chalks of about $2 to $3. But you'll also get chalks of about 5 pieces of chalk for $1, all branded in the names of the scorpion. It will be called the Scorpion chalk. More of that will be given to you in terms of information by the Advanced Talent Agency, especially towards the end of this year. And how about that for a revolution of the sport financially, but in a good way, with cheap commodities and services for the fans towards their favorite players, for the benefit of such players. "27 games played, and the third quarter of the match is so far flowing, fastest of them all. It gets to a time when both players decide now to go for it. They have had enough of it. They have had enough of waiting games and patient games, and just decide to go for the game. And this is one of them in IBRA, needing not to miss this penultimate shot of the frame. And there we go. Goes he's about his business, about himself minding his own business, which is the right thing to do. Fight for your game that comes your way. Don't mind about the games that your opponent has, because he's already in the... From being the first player to 21 compared to his opponent in the ATA revolution of the game, the match that is being charged for online viewership in a very cheap but a very crucial way, especially for the players. And thank you, Africa, for the response, for the fact that this one is the start of this big thing that is coming for African pool. I have to say it is very impressive. What is not very impressive is the resting position of the white ball of CEASER as he tried to find the black. He is seemingly in trouble. Unless he finds a way to put, oh my God, oh my God. It is something this that CEASER has nowadays made us accustomed to. That is the reaction of the crowd. That is largely CEASER fans. After CEASER impresses like he normally does. That is stuff for eyes. Not the first time, neither is it the second. Many times that CEASER is in trouble. He recovers from the trouble by impressing the most, producing magic when he needs magic. IBRA 13, CEASER 17. Those are 50,000 shilling notes, the equivalent of about $17 per note that CEASER is receiving from the fans from that one shot. We are having most probably the last timeout of the match. Once again, Ibrahim SEJJEMBA from the magic number 21. That white ball was pretty much accurate because a roll of the ball gives him obvious white for the next yellow. He didn't play it with strength enough. That was a little bit complacent. Maybe careless. Nonetheless, he gets to have a sharp cut on the yellow, dragging the white ball a little off the cushion, making it not move so far away from the black. A shot like this one, the best bargain would be the center pocket on the right, but he could also go for the corner. Seems to be aiming for center, and yes, gets the center. CEASER 18, IBRA 14, and CEASER CHANDIGA 19. Executed shot in the race today. Or will I say tonight? It is starting to look worrying for IBRA and very worrying. It is promising for CEASER and very promising that the magic number of 21 for the Scorpion is now 2 games away, and yet another seems to be already in the bag. A face of a guy that has money on his mind, has victory on his mind. Representing himself, his management team, his fan base team, Team the Scorpion. And there he goes. This time he fouls. No, not really. Not really. I was quite wrong on my speculation. From my viewing area, it seemed as though the white ball was moving right into the pocket. But it will work for CEASER. And just makes a little stand shot. And will aim the black to get to 20 for as long as he puts. Every time he gets ever close to the money, he becomes even more serious and even more dangerous, as if smelling blood. And just like that, always delivering when up against the black. And now it is one of those moments when a miss of a ball on the break is celebrated by the fans of the rival player as if it is the pot of a black itself. But they would be right, because if CEASER makes this clearance, he would pot the black, which would have secured him the 21st frame, which would have confirmed him victory in the first session of the trilogy between him and IBRA. The table is closed, and CEASER is smelling blood. He unfortunately plays one of his balls dead. So much in close contact with one of IBRA's reds. And his facial expression is a guy that has his mind entirely on only one ball, contemplating how he will open it, contemplating on how he will win, despite the fact that one of his red balls is dead. And there is the little series of shots. I'm not so sure that he has sight of any of the balls enough to pot it. I'm not so sure. He will have to produce some magic here to pot a ball, in my opinion. He has already produced magic. I think he has generally been the better player. I am not meaning that he has already won, but he is in pole position to win at least one of 6 games. And IBRA must be knowing it in his mind that he could win, but very unlikely. His best chance is to try and avenge what could be a defeat. A defeat later tomorrow. Same time, same venue, same stake, same viewing conditions, same everything. IBRA versus CEASER tomorrow, climax Bamachinde at 7 p.m. Session number 2. Then session number 3 will come this Saturday at Addis Sport, also in Kampala. The snookered CEASER finds his red, his yellow. It is now half a set of yellow balls, all of them in space, and a number of red balls. One of them is in bad position. The red ball closest to the white ball near that cushion. It is the one on which IBRA has his mind set. All he can do is try and win the game that is in front of him. Unfortunately, IBRA fouls in a shot that creates a big worry of the fear of the unknown at Roxbury, where he is managed as a top player. The town of Bukoto, where he was born and bred. From his fans, the team money made, it is all worrying. But again, it is a sigh of expectation and relief in Gulu and Lira and Arua, where CEASER is born, raised and nurtured respectively as a player and as a person, where they have learned to hail him as a regional hero. And with each and every shot he now plays, there is a seeming likelihood of him getting the victory. But again, he has played himself in a little bit of trouble. Very critical shot, this one. Yes, he pots. Has a big spin on the white ball. Little but detailed shot. Like a mini skirt. Little but detailed. CEASER will need a big cut of his last yellow to the corner pocket. I don't know about the final resting position of the white ball, but if he sinks this ball in, and if he somehow controls his white ball, he will be home and dry, and does exactly that. A beautiful shot is likely to be the penultimate shot of the race. As long as he puts the black CEASER Chandiga, the Scorpion, ladies and gentlemen, is the official winner of the first session of the trilogy between himself and IBRA.